So yesterday, after Packers' second day of OTAs, Matt Lafleur had a press conference where he discussed a few different things. I want to cover a little bit about what he had to say about Jordan Love, how he's looking, and then a few different things as well. And if you guys want to see what happened yesterday, I wrote about it in my newsletter. You can click the link down below and read exactly everything that happened at practice, my takeaways from yesterday's OTA practice. But starting off here, he says this: I think there's a lot of good things and certainly a lot to clean up. So Love had some good moments, had some bad moments yesterday. Very much to be expected from a young player here with lots of other young players around him. It's Love's first time, coming into 2023 as a starter, and so it's going to take some time for all things to get meshed out. Then moving on, he says this: we've got to see what everybody else around him can do as well, Lafleur said, and we've got some youth, so it's going to be a work in progress, no doubt about it, throughout the course of OTAs and training camp, and quite frankly, throughout the course of the season. So I think if you're a Packers fan, the hope is that through OTAs, through training camp, as the season gets started, lots of those issues are worked out, and the chemistry is built between Love and these young players. And then, obviously, there's nothing like a real game. So once the season comes around, it could take some time for these guys to really be able to be on the same page and really know exactly what's going to happen, especially with all these young players here in Green Bay. And so it's not all on Jordan Love. Obviously, we need him to play well for this offense to be able to play at the highest level. But it comes down to these young receivers, them knowing the playbook, them knowing where they need to be, when they need to be there. And hopefully, as Matt Lafleur said, that these things can get worked out and they can sort of grow together as offseason continues and as the season continues as well. Then to finish off here, he says this: I don't want to say more mistakes. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just human nature. You're going to learn from your failures, more from your failures than your successes. I think that's just part of the process, and as long as you're not repeating those mistakes and you can see those incremental improvements, I think that's what you are looking for. Hopefully we can get that each and every time we go out there. So I think when you look at these OTAs, when you look at training camp practices, there's always ups and downs. There's always good plays. There's always bad plays. And it really just comes down to, when it comes to certain players, are they making the same mistakes over and over again? Because if they make one mistake, as Lafleur says, they need to correct that and hopefully the next time not make the same mistakes. And so hopefully any mistakes these young players are making, any mistakes Jordan Love is making, they can know exactly what they did wrong and then fix it the next time. But you also don't know what you're doing wrong until you do it wrong and the coach corrects you. So hopefully all these things will get worked out. And I think for the Packers, they have such a young team here, and it's probably one of the younger teams the Packers have had in a very long time. And it could take a little longer for these issues to get worked out, because when you have a lot more veterans, I would say, not only do the veterans teach these young guys things as well, but also they're not going to make as many mistakes. And so I don't think it's a bad thing if lots of mistakes are made in this early time with it being such a young team. Hopefully, those mistakes don't continue as the season gets started. But that is all I have for this video. If you want to read my update on yesterday's practices, feel free to click the link down below. You can read that. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.